Hi, welcome to the Great Margarita Hunt. I'm Jenny and I'm on the hunt for the very best margarita in the world, and I'm inviting you to come with me, and I'm also inviting you to tell me where I can find one if you know where a great margarita is. Let me tell you about the margarita we're going to try, margaritas we're going to try today. Over here I have this Mar Azul that we tried on National Tequila Day. We're going to use it to make two different types of pineapple margaritas. We're going to use the Cointreau with these habaneros. That's how hot it is. We're using habaneros, and I've blistered them in a pan. I'll tell you about that in a moment. And then we're also going to use the pineapple to make a frozen margarita with this Gran Gala over here. So just to get started, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to let steep for a little bit or infuse. I've already put in this pineapple juice. I've already put in 20 ounces of pineapple juice. I used an organic pineapple juice. I'm showing you that recipe here. I used 20 ounces of the pineapple juice, 8 ounces of fresh lime juice, 8 ounces of orange liqueur, and 8 ounces of that Mar Azul silver tequila. Now let me show you what we're going to do. I took these habaneros, I took 4, and I sliced them in half and took the seeds out and then blistered them in a skillet. I'm going to show you a picture of that. So after we blistered those, which means we sunburned them on both sides, if you will, I took these out and I am now going to put them in this already mixed up tequila, the pineapple juice, the Cointreau. Here, let me just throw them all in. And I'm going to stir this up. And you could do this and put it in your refrigerator later and let it sit for a while. But the longer you leave these habaneros in, the hotter it's going to get. Now, this wonderful sweet pineapple juice is going to help with that, but it's going to be hot. So we're going to go for only about 15 to 45 minutes. And so since we're making another pineapple margarita, we're going to put this to the side and let it wait. Then we may have the magic of video stop for a while. So we give this at least the 15 to maybe 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and make that margarita with you as well. Now, I haven't tried this one. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty hot. So or at least spicy. Let's say spicy, maybe not too hot. So let me put that one to the side, and also tell you, you got to be a little careful about those habaneros. When we were blistering them, I think we noticed in the air a little bit, or maybe it was just in our head, but we noticed the what do you call that? The fumes from it. We could actually notice it. Now, I know people who can handle things much hotter than that, but we could tell, I should say. All right, so I'm going to have a frozen margarita also, and I'm going to put some of this refined sugar in here, which I had a little bit of clump on it, because that's what I want to put on my rim for the frozen one. And we made a frozen margarita when we did the red, white, and blue margaritas for July 4th. Now, it wasn't so white, right? But we put cream of coconut in it, and it was delicious. Wonderful. If you haven't seen that was my favorite part of the red, white, and blue margarita, was the pineapple part with that coconut. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So anyway, so we're going to come back, and this is now just the frozen pineapple. And because it's so sweet, I'm going to show you this recipe here. So we're going to use 10 ounces of frozen pineapple chunks. Purchased that at my local store, 2 cups of ice, 4 ounces of tequila. We're using the Mar Azul Blanco today, silver, and 2.5 ounces of fresh lime juice, fresh squeezed only, 2 ounces of orange liqueur. We're using the Gran Gala in this, and then 1 ounce of agave nectar. Now, let me tell you, I've got my ice here. Let me tell you why I'm using agave nectar. Because I read, we're on the hunt, for the very best margarita in the whole world. So I'm also on the hunt for the very best frozen margarita, the very best on the rocks margarita, just basically every kind of margarita you can get. I'm trying to get the lid off of this right now while I tell you this. So in that hunt, I read, and said that agave nectar, it made sense to me, is thicker, and so it might work better in a frozen margarita than agave syrup, which is what I frequently have used. So I'm using agave nectar. Agave nectar, it's still the organic light that I pick, but that's what I have. All right, so here we're going to go. And I've got the 10 ounces of the frozen pineapple chunks. I went with 10 ounces because that's how big the bag was. That's how our scientific recipes are put together. It's based on the size of the bag at the store. 2 cups of ice. Oops. There's a little more than 1. and a little bit more, approximate, right? And then 4 ounces of tequila. Remember, we're using this Mar Azul I told you about on National. Let me put this down here. I'm out of room here on the table. This Mar Azul that we, family tequila that we got. It's from there in San Antonio. We really like it. There's no additives. And I wanted to highlight that on National Tequila Day because we use the añejo and the reposado to make margaritas. So here we are. We're going to use our 4 ounces, that's 1.5 of tequila. And that would be right there, right? Then this would be 4 and a little bit more because I think that 3 was short. Okay, so we have our 4 ounces of our Mar Azul. Oh, and by the way, love the brand. This bottle top has been given, well, it works better. Maybe it just wanted to be empty. I'm helping to empty it. Okay, 2.5 ounces of fresh lime juice. Remember, we only use the fresh squeeze. And I am looking for oh, here, let me use this one. 2.5. So this is 1.5. This is our, 1.5 jigger. It just squirted at me. I don't want it in my eye, do I? Okay. So 2.5 ounces of the fresh squeezed lime juice and the Gran Gala. Now, I'm using this for the orange liqueur. We tried this in that first episode where we tried 4 different types of orange liqueur. Here we're going to use 2 ounces. And I like this. I don't know. I thought it would go well. It's more orange forward than the orange flavor than the Cointreau or the Grand Marnier. They're just different. They just have different tastes. And so I like this in some fruity margaritas better than others. And so I'm going to use this in the pineapple one. Orange and pineapple go well together, don't they? Well, pineapple goes well with lots of things. Pineapple goes well with pork. And you know what would be good with this? Pork tacos. We'll have to think about that with this. Okay, ready? I hope I have everything in here. I do. So here we go. We're going to blend this. Got the agave nectar. Did you see that? See, I was waiting to see if anybody was paying attention. I told you about it, but then I didn't use it. So let's see if I can actually use it this time. 1 ounce. I told you about the agave nectar and using it instead of the syrup, and then I didn't put it in. But that's the good thing. We're blending it. We're all just family and friends here, right? It's okay. Isn't it more fun to have the conversation with the people you're having margaritas with than making it all perfect? I mean, part of the adventure is figuring out whether it's going to be a great margarita or not. Okay, so I did remember it though. So I feel like that should be making more noise, but it's not. Okay, still working. I like this blender. It's my Ninja blender, but I'm interested. Oh, but it looks good. You know what? I didn't pull out a glass yet. Let's use this one. And I didn't cut a lime. So how about we just use some pineapple here on the rim? That sounds like a good idea for a frozen pineapple margarita, doesn't it? And remember, I'm putting this one, I don't know. I don't think the salt's right for this one. I felt like when we did the lemon drop margarita, I tried salt and sugar on that one and realized later I really should have just kept it with the sugar. And this one I'm thinking should have the sugar. But you know what else would be good? Would be tahini. So I might put tahini on half and then the sugar on the other half. I think I would like that. Now remember over here, we're still infusing our pineapple habanero margarita. So this is still percolating over here. Here we go. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do you like those in the summertime? Well, maybe any time of year. They have those little cups of frozen slushy fruit. I love that stuff. So this is a good size margarita glass, and we reduced this recipe from making one a full pitcher for a group of people into one that I would say I could have gotten 2 margarita glasses out of this. Now normally I wait to the end of the video to try both margaritas, but I'm allowing the habaneros to percolate some more. So that's my excuse for going ahead and trying this margarita. And just between you and me, you know, it's been a long week. I'm ready for a margarita. So, and it's been hot, like really hot. If it's hot where you are, let's compete down below. You tell me how hot it is where you are, and then we'll tell you how hot it is where we are, and then we can decide whether this pineapple margarita should be here or where you are. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's thicker than I thought it would be. But the flavors are pretty much, well, I'm not going to say perfect, but they're very good. I can definitely taste that Gran Gala, and I taste the difference in that than I do sometimes when I use other orange liqueurs, but it works. I think that mixture, that combination is just right. Let me see. Let me just try it again. I'm doing this, remember, I'm doing this for you, trying these margaritas. This is my gift. I mean, I would have no problem drinking that. So I like it. I'm trying to think, you know what, I think maybe I would cut back on that lime juice. I think I would cut back a little bit on the lime juice because the pineapple is so sweet usually on its own. Now the other thing I might do with this is if we used fresh pineapple, of course it wouldn't be frozen. I mean, we could get it there with the ice, of course, but it would taste, I think the pineapple would be even sweeter than it is in this frozen one. But it's good. I like it. I like it like that. I like it like that. So I'm going to put it over here on the side. And now we're going to do this magic of video thing and get ready for the rest of the time on our habanero. Ready? All right, it's time. It is time to try our infused pineapple juice, orange liqueur. We used Cointreau. The tequila, we used Mar Azul silver, and we used the fresh lime juice. And now I'm going to, you know, I decided I wanted a little tahini on part of my rim for this glass. So I'm going to put a little chili salt here on my glass. And then I am using, just like I did with the other one, I'm just going to use this little piece of pineapple to get my rim. Well, and hopefully I won't knock it over here. And then I'm going to put, we're going to leave that in. This is live, right? And you know what? A little chili salt is not going to scare me off. So, and then we're going to put it in the salt. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. You know, when you know there's a margarita at the end, it's sometimes easier to just keep going. So we let this combination I already told you about, we let this go for about 20 minutes now at this point. And so I think it's going to be kind of spicy, but we also could have let it go 45 minutes. You could have let it go an hour. So my suggestion is, if you try this, and this is enough obviously for more than one, I'm going to put this on the rocks. What I'm going to do is shake it with the ice to get it really good and chilled, to pour it in. But you know what? Let's use a different, well, no, I already did this. Okay, we'll do it in this one because I wanted to have it on the rocks. So we're going to let me just put a little bit of ice in here. We're going to pour it over, and then I'll get some more, put in my shaker. All right, so what I'm going to do is just fill this up. So typically that's going to be about, what would that be, about 8 ounces. So I'm going to put about 8 ounces in here, shake it up, and pour it over, and then we're going to try it. What I was going to tell you was you can't really see the habaneros floating around in here, but I would suggest, if you're not sure how you are with your heat tolerance, that you start off at about 10 minutes and take a little sip and see what you think. If it's not hot enough, let it go longer. And just keep tasting it for a while until you know, okay, it's the right heat temperature for you. Especially if you're going to serve a pitcher like this to your friends, you want to be able to tell them in advance exactly what they're in for. Okay, so let's see if this pours too, since I have chili salt everywhere. So I'm going to pour in approximately 8 ounces here, because I think that margarita glass is going to take that. All right, so yeah, that's about right. We're going to put this over here. I'm going to put in my ice. Obviously, I have plenty of salt on the rim right now, don't I? Plenty of salt. A little bit more. That's good. And then we're going to shake this up. Get this out of here. Just like I shook up the chili salt. We're going to shake this up, and we're going to pour it over that ice and try it. I really deserve this now, don't I? Okay, ready? We'll just, let's see. Okay, I think that's good. Need a little more. Okay. I had one of these the other day. I literally could not get the top off of it. Okay, so we're going to strain this into here. Keep that ice in. And yeah, man, that's just about almost perfect. Perfect's not a hobby of mine, so I'm impressed with that. And I would say probably a piece of pineapple on the side here. Let me get it on the side there so we can have that there. You could also put a thing of a lime on there would be good too. All right, now I know we're ready for this because we're going to see if the smoke starts coming out of my ears or what's going to happen. But I have that frozen margarita over there waiting for me in case it's too hot. So here we go. Ready? Wow, it's not too hot. Now, you have to wait a minute, right? Because sometimes the after effect comes. If you let me know if my face starts getting red. No, it's not. No, so you know what? Let me see this. Really, it's not hot at all compared to what I thought it would be. As I drink it, there's a little bit more, but no, not at all. Now, so I probably could have used either more. I went with 4 habaneros in this recipe we gave you. You could have either used more habaneros or let it steep longer. So since I was at the 15 to 20 minutes, I probably would go for the 45 and then see what I think. Because this is nice. I like it. It's refreshing just like it is, but it's not particularly hot. And I thought, but on the other hand, you do get the flavor. You get that flavor of the habanero, so that's interesting. But I think, you know, whenever, this is a good example for me too, because when I think habanero, I think, oh, that's too hot for me. I don't really think about flavor. And with jalapenos, I became more comfortable with them, and so I'm not as frightened of a jalapeno. But when you take those seeds out, that really does make a difference in those peppers. So that's part of what's happening here. Now, if it was really spicy, then I'd be taking a piece of my pineapple and taking a bite of that. I like pineapple. Oh, here, I've got my frozen one still. Let me come around here and get it for you. And we are going, so I have my 2 pineapple margaritas. We have the frozen one, and then we have this pineapple habanero margarita that, to make it really spicy, we would have kept it steeping in here for probably up to 45 minutes. Taste it, maybe go more like an hour, even longer in the refrigerator. That'd just be good. Put it in a mason jar, put the lid on it, stick it in the refrigerator at the back so nobody thinks it's for them. Thanks so much for joining us today. Please comment down below. Let us know where a great margarita is, or maybe you have a great margarita you can share with us. We'll invite you here or invite you on camera with us to share the margarita, and we'll try it with you. Or we may stop by that restaurant or bar that you tell us has the very best margarita. Please like and subscribe. Comment below. We want to hear from you. The hunt continues.